Hello. Welcome.
Hey, Club Friday, Larry and Taylor, here we are.
Okay, welcome. So happy to have you here. It is Friday again. Can you even believe it as you're coming on? Hello, Daisy, special guest from last week. So happy to have you as you're coming in. Let us know you're here. Please say hello. Tell us where you're coming in from. And if this is your first time on to go clubbing with Larry and Taylor, let us know that too.
And tell them about that Facebook and StreamYard. But you might want to wait till a few more people get on here too.
Yeah, so just so you know, if you have given us permission, we can see names like Roger. Hey Roger, how are you? There is a little link up there that says StreamYard. You have to give them permission to use your name. If not, we see
your name.
Facebook user.
Facebook user. Yeah.
We don't see your name, so we want to see your name. We want to see who's coming in.
And your flag.
Hello. We want to see your flags. We want to see if this is your first time. Make sure you drop a 1. We're on several different platforms here. So we're going live. We've got about 6 different platforms that we're going live in. So we want to be able to say hi and respond to all the comments. And so it is Friday again.
They come around so quick, and I'm so happy because I can't wait to get to Club Friday. And then on Club Friday, I can't wait to get to the deep dives, the first part, the second week of the month. I just can't wait. It's just exciting, guys. Things are happening. And anyway, we're got a lot to share with you today, a lot to share, and some information and some announcements.
So, okay, so we've got Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Glad to have you, or one of our guests. He was on like a couple of weeks ago. You guys have to go back. And guys, if you're in the group, tag somebody. If you're on our page, share it out. Push the share button and share it with your team. If you think you want to invite somebody into clubbing with us today. So I mentioned in there what we're talking about today. So you want to share a little bit about that?
Well, yeah. Well, the topic of today is, how can you get predictable results? And the answer is absolutely yes. That's what the original Millionaire training was all about, how to employ yourself, how to take your job description and take it serious of onboarding members and onboarding customers and being able to take 3 or 4 simple steps that can have predictable results every time. You don't know what's going to happen to the customer that you get, if they're going to stay on the product, go on auto ship. You don't know what's going to happen to the new member you get, if they're going to advance what they're going to do, but can share with you. That's the whole point of the book club. That's the whole point of the academy, for you to have complete confidence in half a dozen things that's going to make a difference. You can have predictable results. And we got a couple of stories here today that we're going to get into and share that with you. But also, I want to tell you about some announcements today. And I don't know if we're going to do it up front. I thought about doing it at the end, but we'll do it at the end, okay? And we got some direction for you.
You got some announcements?
I do.
Huh.
Did you guys catch that? You got that, okay? The big T didn't know about my announcements. Woo, daddy.
So he's doing an announcement, and I have no idea.
Yeah, this is good. This is good, guys. Think about that. You know what I mean? We're always the one to get surprised, when whoever she is in the relationship, said, oh, okay. And all we got to do is say, yes, dear, and move on.
Pay attention, guys. This is really good stuff. So what is it about? What can you do that you could have predictable results inside of your business? And, this is a really kind of a great conversation to be having here, because with what we're doing and what we've seen unfold just in the last 90 days, oh my gosh, it's been nothing but amazing.
I'm going to do the announcements right now, okay? I'm going to do them right now. First of all, but to do the announcements, I got to do a setup for you guys, okay? You got to realize that we started learning about what was going on in our space. We're in our space. Let's be honest. I mean, we're all positive. This is great. That's great. The sky could be falling, but it's great. Look around us. You know what I mean? We're in a positive environment all the time. And so sometimes we stay in such a positive environment, we don't really look at facts. Okay. Well, when Taylor and I started going out there and teaching around the globe with different companies and different organizations, and we started teaching at a time when social media was happening in a big way, and it was going up, 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 up. And it was going up, 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 up based on techniques, which was ad tag messaging, it was posting, it was videos, all that stuff was great, but it was a technique. And we started telling everyone in 2012, 2013, and 14, be careful of building your business on a technique, because whatever you're using in social media today was different 6 months ago, and it'd be different 6 months from today. And you always have got to go out there and do new stuff. Okay, so we started identifying what those things were. So in 2012, when we started seeing it go like this, it reached the peak. Our space, the direct sales space, reached the peak in America. I'm using America stats, and it correlates around the globe. It reached the peak of about we reached the peak, and from 2015 to current, it has declined. Okay, now in 2020, we had a bump because of external circumstances, but it's been going down, down, down. And why is that? Why is it that some companies are having big bonanzas today? Some organizations are having big bonanzas today. And some people are earning more money than they've ever earned in our space before. But it's limited. It's limited because it's focused on an audience that is shrinking. The reason 2015 to now, and it's gone down, okay, is because we've been marketing to network marketing people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's about 6 million people in that space, okay? And it has become where every company is competing for the next company's distributors and customers, okay? They're competing, and it's a small pool. At the same time, from 2012, 2015, guess what started happening in another segment of direct sales? And it was called the gig economy. And the gig economy was exploding. And now the gig economy, pre-pandemic, we're going to get the new numbers soon, but pre-pandemic has over 60 million people in the United States in it. Now, we need to understand what I'm talking about. Now, and you also got to understand how that has changed since the pandemic, okay? And you got to understand how pertinent it is to the book club and how you can capitalize on it, because the marketplace has changed, okay? It has changed. Every business that we do business with, okay, no matter what, if it's a restaurant, no matter if it's a service business, no matter if it's a gym, workout place, no matter what it is, okay, has had to adapt to what the current circumstances are. But network marketers are hanging on and they're naive and not thinking they have to adapt. But if there's 6 million people here and 60 million people over there, our job, our specialty is to show network marketers how to market to the 60 million, not the 6 million. And that takes understanding audience, language, and behavior. And that takes understanding the foundation of 80, 15, and 5 that we teach. So all of those principles here, but I want to shut this up before Taylor gets to the testimonials here to validate what I'm saying. So in 2018, we started for the first time when we started working with the John Fleming group. I started understanding the gig economy, okay? Little bits and pieces of it. The more we worked with it, the more we got it. But 2019, Taylor and I had a very clear picture because of working with John Fleming. They're the ones that put out the Ultimate Gig book. They're the ones that put out, they're the specialists. They call SME, subject matter experts in the gig economy. Major publishing houses has hired the Fleming group to come up with this data. John Fleming and I have been friends for over 50 years, okay? He was the president of Avon West for a number of years. He brought network marketing to Avon back in the 80s, okay? And he and I we're in the same company. Most of you know that Jim Rohn and I joined the same company, Bestline Products, the same night at the same meeting in 1968. He's there as the philosopher. I'm there as a long-haired hippie construction worker, okay? But we joined the same night with the same company. And so John Fleming has been sharing with us about what's happening in this gig economy. Yeah. Okay. And at first I was fascinated. It took me a while to get a handle on it. And then I got fascinated by it. And then we decided that we were going to put together in 2019, we had enough information. We had enough clarity. We had enough vision. We knew how to adapt into this. So in September 2019, we had the first ever gig summit in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. Okay. About 100 people showed up there, and they were 2 CEOs. They were 5 or 6 top 10 and 3 or 4 number 1 distributors in their companies and stuff. And we were discussing what was going to be happening in the future. That was September of 19. In February of 19, we had our second gig summit, and the crowd expanded. The vision got there. Our message got clearer. And our goal our goal with what we were doing was to go around the country and to go around the globe, and every quarter do a gig summit someplace to expose network marketers to what the size and the scope and how they could take advantage of the 60 million people. Well, guess what happened after February 14th? 2 weeks later, we had the pandemic, and basically the world shut down at that particular point. And now this message became more important than ever to get out. We had to pivot because we could no longer go around and teach this. So we
couldn't like go to live events.
And
Yeah, and teach it. So we had to figure out something different. We had to pivot. We had to adapt.
We had to adapt, and that's what network marketers in our space are not doing. They're not adapting quickly to this. Why would you want to focus on the 6 million when there's 60 million over here, especially when it's fun, simple, easy, magical to learn? So here's what happened. Taylor got really busy and put together the Millionaire Training book. That's what we're doing here on Club Friday. It came out in October, right? Yep. In October, the book came out. Well, now that we have the book, we had to completely pivot, and everything we were sharing with everybody. We at the Academy had to do that.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out a way to communicate this. Got it with the book. Then in November, guess what happened? We had our very first Club Friday, the first Friday of November. And a week later, we had our very first deep dive, which is people that are members in our Academy that get online. We became the online upline to all of these people who are in our Academy. And we were sharing with them all the pertinent information that they needed. And we came in with 2 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the second week of every month. And on that first deep dive, we had approximately 30 people live for 3 days, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Boy, they ate it up. Now, there's more people, about 3-4 times the amount of people that always watch it after the fact, okay? But live, there was about 30. In December, we had 60. In January, at the deep dives, these are all members of the Academy. What we got going on out there? Same thing you guys are going on at your house, only you're on mute, okay? And February's numbers were astronomical about going into the deep dives, and this thing is taken a hold like I've never seen anything take hold. And we have figured out between the book club, the Academy, the deep dives, we figured out how to take this message around the world that is so current and prevalent. This is a global message. You're going to hear some of it here today, what we do. But the book is the start. This is the mindset. But what really drives this thing is the Academy with the 6 pillars of how to apply audience language and behavior, how to understand 80, 15, and 5, how to get to the natural logical conclusion, how to do the simplified follow-up, because here's what's happening. Those 60 million people that are out there, they are doing gig work right now, and that number is growing. Now, when I'm talking about gig work, here's what most gig workers are doing, okay? They could be hairdressers that are not hairdressers anymore because their shop's shut down. They could be a mechanic. They could be a construction worker. They could be an educator. They could be a professional person. But they're all looking for something extra. Most of those 60 million, 80% of that 60 million is looking for $500 to $1,500 a month. And here's the key, guys. It's got to be fun. It's got to be simple. It's got to be magical. You know why? Because if it's fun and it's simple and it's magical, then you're talking and you're competing in the gig world, like Amazon affiliate, like Uber, like Airbnb, like TaskRabbit. That's fun. That's simple. It's magical. They don't have to talk to an upline. They don't have to watch a video. They don't have to do a blog. It's language that they understand, and they're already using and being attracted in the marketplace for that right now. So if you understand that those people are there, and you understand audience language and behavior, and you understand those things like we have in the Academy, you're marketing as a network marketer, you're marketing in a 60 million pool versus a 6 million pool. And that is what is happening. And here's what we had to do. We had to build the website to be able to accommodate all of that. We went live yesterday with the I believe is the hottest, most unbelievable performing website that I've ever seen for our type of space. Okay, we're at cloud.
Jim
It looks great, but the way it functions, okay, we have to function like TaskRabbit. We have to function like Uber. We have to function like Amazon affiliate. We had to get ready for you guys to do this. That was a major rush because we were traveling. We were going to go around the globe and did it. We couldn't do that anymore. Okay, so now listen to this. Okay, now the website, we're on the most sophisticated, fastest servers that are known today in the marketplace. It's cloud-based. We're in 53 locations with this super fast, speedy thing that we have going on here, which means no matter where you are in the globe, when they access this, they're going to access it in their own area. This is a global message having global impact right now. We had the pivot to get ready for you guys. Now we're ready. Watch what starts to happen in March and April for all of you with what we're doing. We're at our Zoom moment. You guys will remember on January 1st, John Fleming came on our broadcast, and he was talking about what was happening in the gig world. And he's going to be back with us in a couple of weeks. Excuse me. He'll be back with us because he's got some amazing stats for us that he's going to share with us. We are network marketers. But are we going to market to only network marketers? The Lamborghini bikini crowd, it will work all day long. Everything you guys have been taught will work in that space. Blogging, video, and ad tech, it all works. But you've got a small audience, and it's a message that's for 15 and 5. It is a message for 80%ers. Gig workers today, many of them have 2 and 3 opportunities that they're working. They could be working Uber. They could be working Etsy. They could be working Amazon, okay? And you know what they're doing? Fun, simple, magical. They found the way, a construction worker or hairdresser or school teacher and educator, to make $500 to $1,500 a month without disturbing their lifestyle, without having to learn in 3 ways and have to learn all of this stuff, okay? So as a result, you have people in your organization that's not in your organization. There's people out there that will listen to you today that a year ago wouldn't listen to you. Now, if you got the understanding of the audience language and behavior, the natural logical conclusion into 6 pillars, if you have that, then you know how to communicate with those people. Now, they'll probably be with you, okay? They'll join your organization, and guess what? They'll be doing your product line. They'll be doing Etsy. They'll be doing TaskRabbit. They will be doing Amazon. They will be doing that with your network marketing company. And there's 60 million of them. And the ones that get serious, guess what? They're the ones that become 15s and 5s. What you want is how to attract the 60 million with audience, language, and behavior. That's what this academy is all about, and you can get predictable results with this every single time. This is happening faster than anything I've ever experienced in my life.
So this really is the crux of everything that we do. Exactly what Larry and what he just said and what he shared with you is information that nobody else is talking about. There's nobody that's sharing this message from this perspective. And you know what you have here, I just want to point this out, what you have here, being involved with us, with the book club, with the book. If you haven't got the book, get the book, no matter what, get the book. You know, we just updated our Millionaire training site. It is amazing. Like, I can't even wait for you all to see it.
But it's fast. It's working.
But it's a great way to invite somebody in. It's a track to help you run on, to help you build your business in a fun, simple, magical way, and really equipping people that they are good enough.
Right now.
Right this minute. They have what it takes. Whenever you understand these principles, whenever you understand this, you will have predictable results, because belief determines behavior, right? And whenever you believe in yourself, you're going to do more. You don't have to learn more. You just have to do more.
Very good.
And so I want to bring on a couple of guys.
Let me say one more thing about this, okay? The people that you're talking to today, the 60 million, okay, they don't have to learn how to do Uber.
Yeah.
They don't have to learn how to do Etsy. Etsy is like a multitask dishwasher, contractor, roofer, handyman type of concept that they use. They already know how to do that. They already know how to do their job. They're just looking for something to make the $500 to $1,500 a month, and they might have 2 or 3 things going on. Okay. Now as a network marketer, you guys are having to been teaching these guys all this stuff, the personal growth, a half an hour a day, meditation, all that stuff is valid. But it isn't that it slows you down in the gig market, because the people that you're going to be talking to in the 60 million, they already know how to do what they need to do. They're just looking for a way to get that into a money form for them. And they could be working 2 or 3 different multi-level companies at a time, making 500 to 1,500, or they could be doing yours with 3 or 4 of these affiliate programs that are going on. Guys, it's huge, and it's happening like I've never seen it before, especially now. We got every single thing up there, and here's what we've done. We have figured out a way, because we talked for years about how to go out here and implement different things, okay? But companies, it's hard for them to implement things because they got circumstances that they got to dictate to. You can't always get what you want. Top distributors, the same thing. But with this academy, it's the first time since Herbalife. Mark gave me the green light, and Herbalife, do what you need to do, okay? Put it together. This is the first time since then that been able to put the program together that is exactly what I know needs, that is valid, because I got 2 Bs in my resume for $2 billion companies that are fighting. They're going to be fighting it out the next couple of years for 1 and 2. I guarantee you that, okay? But now we are the online upline, and it's all in the academy. And no matter what company you're with, no matter what product you have, no matter what compensation, no matter what circumstances, you can bring your people in and put them in we are the online upline. Let us take over, where you only have to do one thing: onboard members and customers and put them in this environment and watch what happens, and you're going to see it.
I love what Roger says here, guys. Is predictable action will produce predictable results. Consistent, predictable actions will produce consistent, predictable results.
And their team, Roger himself, started with this, and started doing it. We told Roger, say, don't worry about your team. You get it.
Yeah.
And as you get it, the new team members will be coming on. Watch what happens to them. Their team is having anyway, let's get to some testimony.
I love it. I love this. Okay, so I want to bring this. So Jane says, mindset, activity, results. Absolutely love the book, the club, your support, guidance. I can't wait to join the academy. Love that. Thank you.
Don't wait, Jane. Don't wait. Get on with it right now. By the weekend, you can have this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know, like, you jump in, since it's self-taught, you can be caught up to speed with everybody until the next deep dive. But a day is a week right now, guys. A week is a month. Right? Yeah. A month is a quarter.
That's how fast this whole gig world is going. That's how fast it's happened. Just like Taylor said, a day is now a week. Don't wait. If you waste a day, you wasted a week. A week is a month. A month is a quarter. Quarter is a year. And I'm telling you, this thing is happening across the board, globally. Countries, companies, profile, DNA, new network marketers, non-network marketers, experienced network marketer. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm excited, guys.
He's excited. Okay, so we've got our special guest, and we've got Miss Fiona. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you? It's so exciting to be on here. I get so excited listening to you, Larry. You're just like, it's so good.
You have to live with him. You'd be real excited all the time.
I can just imagine what it might be like.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your story. Taylor has told me a little bit about it, but I can't wait to hear it.
So we're happy to have you here. So tell the club a little bit of where you're from, your background.
Well, my name is Fiona. I live in Ireland. I am a mother. I am a singer. I'm a writer. I'm a carer, and I'm obviously a network marketer. And I now love network marketing, but it wasn't always that way. It really wasn't always that way. And a couple of years ago, we were offered an incentive with you guys that if we got 3 new distributors in, that we would get mentoring with you guys. And it didn't work out in the end. But even then, I knew that if I stepped up and distributors, that you were the guys that would change my life. And it is so true. You have just changed everything around. And it started back in June with Mary and Seamus when we started in the focus group. And we started on the 6 pillars, and the 6 pillars are great. I mean, if you listen to the 6 pillars, each time you listen to them, you get more out of them. But the book, the book for me is like the holy grail because I read. I read. So everything that's in the book, it's easier for me to take it in. It's like the gold mine, getting your gold mine attitude, being your own boss. That learning to employ yourself has been something that has just changed my life around, and getting my DMO in order and showing up every day and doing the same thing every day and loving it, you know? Because the problem before you guys came along, we were doing network marketing like everybody else. We had a script. We were told what to do. We were told every message we were supposed to send, and there was no feeling in it. I wasn't getting anything back, and I wasn't giving out. And I always giving anything out to people. And I always remember you saying, Taylor, that it was like you can even be found on, is it 1-800? You were being ghosted. And I just felt I was living in a ghost world all the time. Nobody ever wanted to come back to me. They just, because of the way I was approaching them. But since studying audience language and behavior and the you, it, and them, oh my goodness, the 3 Ps, the 3 Ps, just you give that out and you get 3 back. And that, oh my goodness, I get so much back. I mean, you had Michelle on a couple of weeks ago, and I was so proud of her. And I'm like, Michelle, I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm waiting for my 55, Larry, but I'll get there. I'll get there. But just the way people respond to me now and what I'm giving out to them, I get 3 times so much more back than I ever do now. Is fun, simple, and magical. And I feel I have recruited some people. I haven't got a huge team yet, but I feel now I know how to recruit people because it's simple. All you have to do is you just have to use it. You just have to demo it. Use talk and demo. Use talk demo. And so when I talk to somebody and they go, oh, well, I couldn't do what you do. And I go, but you can. You do what I do. I use it. I love it. I talk to you about it. And then I tell you other people's story about it. That it is that simple. And it is. I have discovered the network marketing is simple. You have to work. It doesn't come if you don't do the work. But it really is very, very simple. And I genuinely get up every day loving my job. And this is coming from a person who was going to leave before you got involved with Mary and James.
Wow.
Because I just didn't like what I was doing. It felt like hard work.
Wow.
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 You know, the story that you're sharing, Fiona, is common. Because people are falling back in love with what they fell in love with before. It's like the romance went out of it because they weren't themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
In the gig world, you gotta just let it be. You just gotta talk to them the way that you talk to your next door neighbor about buying a new pair of shoes that you just bought, and this is where you got them. This is how it happened. But you have that structure of the 3 Ps and the natural logical conclusion and the you, it, and them to learn from, not the mimic, but to say, hey, that's right. Yeah, I can do that. That's what's exciting.
I love this story. Go ahead.
No, but that is, I'm speaking my own words now.
Yes.
I speak my story and my words. I'm not waiting for somebody else to feed me the script. I'm genuine. I feel like I got into this business because I love the product and I love what it's done for me. And I wanted to give back. And I know you've said about this as well, Larry, about the more you give, the more you get back. That's just how it works. And I always wanted to give, but it was always transactional. It was always transactional the way we did it. We were always waiting to close the deal. That's how we were taught to do it. And I didn't want that. Of course, it's nice to close the deals, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to connect with people. I wanted them to feel what I was feeling. And now they are. And I get so many amazingly positive messages back from people. It's incredible.
Wow. 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 I love this story, Fiona. And I'm just so happy that you trusted us. You trusted Mary and Seamus. You trusted us, and you trusted yourself. You trusted yourself. And this is what gets me excited.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting about Fiona's story? She said about the focus group in June. We knew that the book was coming out. We wanted it to come out in September, but it got out in October. They started this without the book.
Yeah.
They started this without the book club. They started this without the deep dives in the academy. They started without it. Okay, and they were kind of like our guinea pigs. We had 2 or 3 different groups going around the world that we're doing this with. We were stunned that how this story that you hear here, it's happening everywhere with everyday people. And because you just got to be you.
Yeah.
And where is the structure? It's simple. You don't have to be the structure. You have to understand the structure.
That's
you got to understand how an Uber driver gets started. And if you're another Uber driver, you just tell him, this is what happened to me. I have no idea what's going to happen for you.
And I love what you said. Whenever people go, oh, I can't do it. You do. Well, yeah, you can. Whenever you point it out, this is all I do.
Yeah.
Right. It's so simple. I just use my product or service. I just talk to people and tell stories.
And here's another thing that's happening. Okay. We're finding, and I have no idea, a good lawyer doesn't ask a question he doesn't know the answer to, and I don't know what it stands in your case. But what we're finding is that people, when they get started with us, with the book club and the academy, okay, they're reactivating their old team, not as a goal. They're reactivating them because their goal is for them to do this with new people, and then it rubs off on the old people, and the old people are jumping back in with attitude of thankfulness and gratitude. I don't know if that's happening to you yet or not.
So you got, go ahead.
Can I just say that I'm part of Mary and James' team, and it's so much more cohesive and so much more fun and so much, it's an amazing environment to work in now, Mary and James' team. It just, and each day, I mean, when we started off with the focus group and we would work outside of that, I guess when you look on a Zoom call, you've got one page of people working, if that makes sense. Now the pages just go on and on and on, and it's people are just getting so excited about everything that's going on, and every day we connect, and it's very, very exciting what's happening in the group at the moment.
Well, your team is cheering you on over here. We got Sheena saying, delighted for you, Fiona. Thank God you didn't leave. You bring so much to our team.
Yeah. So Thank you.
I love that. That's making me be emotional. That's so sweet. I love that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for sharing with the club. Blessings to you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Wow. Okay. All right. So we got another special guest coming up here. It's Mr. Simon Brooks.
Hey.
How are you?
Who happens to be the father of the all-famous Fraser Brooks.
Well, that's the thing. Normally, Fraser used to turn around and say, oh, my dad is Simon Brooks. He's done this. Now it's me saying, my son is Fraser Brooks.
That's funny.
He's more famous than me. Isn't that amazing?
Well, and it's interesting because if it wasn't for him, we may not be sitting here right now. I don't know.
But I have everybody at a disadvantage.
But if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't have been him. So, so it goes back to you, right? So
yeah, very much so. Yeah, but I have everybody at a disadvantage. I've known Larry for 32 and a half years.
Wow.
And I've got these old tapes, which are the Millionaire training tapes that I used to play in my car going up and down the country, listening to these tapes with Roger, one of the leaders that you had on the call, or you have on the call every week. And we played these so often that they're more or less worn out. I haven't even got a device now that I can play these, unless I go and buy a second-hand car that's got a cassette player. But anyway, that's by the by. But yeah, so I've been involved in the industry, as you know, for 33 years, and I've made a chunk of money. But what staggers me are the people that are in the networking space that know of you guys that aren't involved in this program.
Yeah.
And I tell you now, every single one, and I think I've got quite a few of my team on this call, you need a bollocking, guys. If you don't get people in the book club, forget it.
Yeah.
This book club is the deal. You need to understand it's free. It's not going to cost you anything. So why don't you go out there and get everybody? People say to me, oh, Simon, you're involved in that pyramid selling thing. Really? Is that what you think it is? Let me ask you a question. Have you got a job? Yeah. Have you got a boss? Yeah. Oh, you're doing the same as me. You're in that pyramid thing. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you make more money than your boss? Well, obviously not. Oh, right. Well, in my profession, and it is a profession, people that I introduce can make more money than me. And that's my dream. I would love people in my team to make more money than me.
Sure.
Oh, really, really, really? Yeah, yeah. Then someone said to me going back a month ago, they said, Simon, when are you going to retire? I said, what the friggin' hell are you on about? Why would I want to retire from something I love doing?
Yeah.
If you don't love doing it, you're doing it wrong. It's like, for me, I'm totally addicted to it. You cut my wrist, blood doesn't come out, network marketing does. I'm in this business. Some people are either in it or some people it's in them. For me, it's in me.
Let's talk
And
about
that's
because your story connects a lot of dots here. Because go back and tell how you got started. You showed the tapes, but you got started with. You have a really good friend, and we have a lot connected here with one of our contributors in the book.
It's funny, yeah. Now, this is the first time I'm showing the book, and I was saying to Larry before, I was saying to Roger before, I could never do that for the simple reason is this book is beside my bed every day. So when everyone's on the thing saying, oh, where's my book? No, my book's in my bedroom by the side of my bed, and I read it over the morning and over night time. But yeah, one of the guys that's on here is a guy called John Solider. And funny enough, I'm doing a podcast with John on Tuesday. I spoke to him for the first time because Fraser did an interview with him. And he said, do you mind, Simon, if I can interview you? I said, yeah, sure. So we're doing the interview on Tuesday. But he said, yeah, he speaks to you on a regular basis and everything else. But, I learned a lot from John, a lot of things from network marketing. And I was in that company for 18 years, built a team of over 156,000 and made around about 10 million with it. But it was great then. And as I was saying to John the other day, isn't it sad that the owners didn't understand what they got hold of? The leadership that they had in the organization was phenomenal. The trouble is they couldn't organize their piss up in a brook, which means they couldn't organize, the way forward. Yeah. And it's a real shame. And he said, yeah, but obviously John's gone off to do what he's doing. He's become very, very successful. I've gone on to do what I'm doing. But it's like people get confused when they get involved in this profession. And it is a profession. They get confused and they want to complicate the whole story. And it's sad that people do that. They need to keep it simple. And as you know, Roger and myself, we used to do one presentation a week as one Zoom presentation a week. And we thought that was it. We thought we had arrived. No, we now do one every single day. But we've cut it right back. Normally, when people go on presentations, they're on for about an hour, 2 hours. Ours are between 12 to 14 minutes. Short, simple, to the point, testimonial, 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 testimonial. And that's what works. And that's where we're getting a lot of people. That's why we're signing a lot of people up. And it's funny because whenever I present the opportunity to any of my prospects, everyone thinks, oh, yeah, it's all right for you, Simon. You know everything about the business. You can just do it. No, I will never, ever sit down for 3 hours with somebody, explain what the opportunity is over with, and then they go, oh, bloody hell, that sounds great, but I can't do it. Why? Well, you've just spent 2 to 3 hours telling me what it's about. I can't do that. So that's why I never talk to people about the opportunity unless I get them on our Zoom presentation. Let the Zoom presentation do the heavy lifting. I don't want to do it. Because then they'll come off and think, that's your system. That's your presentation. I can do that. That's free. I can get loads of people. And the benefit is all their contacts around the world can get on the Zoom. And that's the benefit. But it's like, I have to make a lot of money in this profession because my wife's got a black belt in shopping. So that's the way it goes. It's like, I can't odds it, can't do anything about it. But if people think, oh yeah, but network marketing is confusing, it is complicated, I'm going to share this story before I end. And it's all about this heart specialist. that lives in Seattle. And he's the world's most famous heart specialist that knows everything about heart transplants, fixing the heart, remedying the heart. And he's going all around America doing seminars for thousands and like tens and tens of thousands. And he's in Seattle and he's got to do his last seminar in Florida, in Tampa. And he gets in his limousine, and his name's Dr. Carter, and his chauffeur is called Joe. And he said, "Oh, Joe," he said, "I really don't think I can do this last event." "Oh, Dr. Carter, you know, you have to. This is the last one, then we're done. And I've followed you for like 2 to 3 years. It's been phenomenal." He said, "I just can't do it, Joe." He said, "I'm exhausted." He said, "I've got a solution. We've got an 11-hour drive from Seattle to Tampa. Why don't I do this? Let me tell you your 4-hour presentation, and you tell me if you think it's any good. And if that's the case, we can swap clothes. You can stand at the back, and I will do your presentation for you." He goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah. Let me tell you your presentation." 4 hours goes down the road, and he said it word verbatim. And Dr. Carter was in the back thinking, "Wow, that was spectacular." But he said, "I still don't trust it. My reputation is on the line." He said, "Okay, listen, we'll stop for a bite to eat, and then we'll go again in the car, and I'll do it again. And you see if you can trip me up." Okay, so anyway, he does it again. Joe does the whole presentation. Dr. Carter, at the end of it, they pull up to the venue, and he said, "I cannot believe you've just done that. That was perfect." He said, "Do you mind, Joe? Can we swap clothes? I'll put your outfit on. I'll stand at the back because I need to see what you're doing, and you do the presentation." He said, "Yeah, fine." Anyway, Joe goes up on stage to 15,000 in the auditorium. He does the whole presentation, word verbatim, gets a standing ovation for 10 minutes, collects all these notes, the 10 notes, because he never read notes, and then one person in the center of the room stands up, says, "Excuse me, Dr. Carter, I've got a question. Can you answer this question? On the heart with the transverse valve around the back, if you bring it around to the front and you don't do it within 2 minutes, 60 seconds, does it mean the patient potentially could die?" He said, "Excuse me, sir." He said, "Are you a young intern?" He said, "Yes." "Well, that question is so stupid, so easy. I tell you how simple it is. I'm going to let my chauffeur at the back of the room answer it." And the chauffeur answered. So what I'm trying to say is, don't think your opportunity is complicated. Don't think if a chauffeur can explain what it's about, it's just about learning words. See, most people understand the tune of a song, but they will never ever remember the words of the song. All you've got to know is you've just got to understand the words. And for years and years and years, see, I've got everybody at a disadvantage because I've known Larry for 31 and a half years playing these tapes and everything else. And the goldmine story I've told time after time after time at events. I've worn that story out. Even where you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, the breeze is in your face, it's in your hair, you're driving it. I've told it word verbatim. I love it. And I think people that are in the book club here right now are missing a massive, massive benefit of having you guys that can speak to their team, their prospects, their people. They're crazy. They should get as many people into the book club as they possibly can. And I tell you now, this opportunity, as you know, works 100% of the time for 100% of the people that give it time. But if there's any other questions, Tady, you want to ask me, or Larry, you want to ask me?
Well, I love this story, and I love everything that you're sharing. I would love to know, because like how you and Roger, you've simplified your message. How do you guys incorporate the book club and with what you're doing, and how is it benefiting? Like, what kind of growth?
And the academy. The book club is an intro to the academy. That's what it's about.
So What's
See,
the number?
it's easier to get people into something that there's no cost. So it's a step-by-step process. So I'm a great believer in getting everybody into the book club where they think, oh, it's free, yeah, let's get in. Then once they get a taste of it, and then they want to go to step 2 and get into the academy, done deal.
Yeah.
Done deal. And I know that Larry has actually phoned one of our leaders up, one of our distributors, and personally had a conversation. And the kid couldn't even believe that Larry called him. He was in shock. He was in awe. It was, oh my word. And I tell you now, people don't understand the value of that. But with these events that we do, we get everybody and we say to people, right, your next step is you think the opportunity is good, you've got to get into the book club. Get into the book club. Crazy. And we send you a link out time after time after time to get everybody to get in the book club.
Wow. This is awesome.
I gotta share a couple of things here in this process. Really appreciate that Simon, especially going back as far as that we go back together. But the purpose of the book club, okay, and the purpose of the academy is to be able to position us as your online upline. And like he was talking about this young kid Bailey that is in his group, got off to a fast start, that he started slowing down after about 3 or 4 weeks a little bit. And I needed to have a conversation with him because we're the online upline, okay? And it just took a little bit of GPSing. Simon was talking about they went to a Zoom every day. I didn't tell them to do the Zoom every day. I don't care how you onboard people. I don't care how you onboard members. That's up to you. Each company's different. Each leadership is different. But now you plug them in to the online upline. It would be just like, and I don't mean to, golly, I hope this doesn't come across egotistical, but it'd be just like your company came to you and said to you today, okay, Larry and Taylor have been appointed to you as the upline, online upline. Go follow their lead. And we have all of this stuff in the academy and in the book to support, no matter what the company is, no matter what the product line is, no matter what the compensation plan is, no matter what the circumstances, it's working for everybody around the globe right now. Because we're the online upline. We don't tell you where to go and what to do and what to say. We tell you after you get someone, this is how you bring them in with this attitude, with this thinking, with this philosophy, the simple stuff. And the way you bring them in is the way you bring them up. And that's why this exponential growth is happening, because in November, we start bringing them in, and then that gets us what? Addition, right? Get one, it gets one. In December, we start getting some duplication, and that's where most network marketers stop. But now we're getting multiplication, where you're getting someone started this morning and not even knowing about it. They got 3 or 4 people in their group this evening. Okay, This is what's happening. That's what has to be for network marketers to take advantage of this gig economy with 60 million people. We're your online upline. Get going. Okay,
so one big question with you and Roger, like what you guys have been doing. Tell us the growth that you've experienced just in the last, we'll say 60 days since all of this
has been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal because people now realize, you have a step-by-step system. Everybody, when they look at an opportunity, loves the concept there's a system. They don't want to be thinking, oh, just go out there and get on with it. And I always, whenever I look to sponsor somebody, I'll always leave them with this one final message. I will turn around and say, Mary, understand one thing. You will quit me well before I will ever quit you. I'm in this for life. I've been doing this for 33 years. I'm not going to give up tomorrow. I've got your back. So she thinks, oh, wow. Then you go through and you onboard them and you go through the system. This is what we do. This. We got groups we put them into. We got the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. And it's really helpful. And people start to understand, oh, right. It's a simple thing. It's not complicated. No. And I like to get as many people in front of Larry as I possibly can. Why? Because he stands no crap. He tells you as it is.
You obviously want to get him in front of me too, though.
Listen, Taylor.
Obviously, I'd like to get him in front of you. Look,
I understand.
Larry for the attitude.
Dominated. Now our space, especially in the gig world, is female dominated.
Yeah.
Okay, 75% is female out there today that are doing this. And again, guys, okay, we're the online upline, and we're going to teach you what to do with your people after you get them in. After you get them in, we're never going to teach you what, because your product's different, your compensation is different, your leadership is different, your company's different. You get them in, get them over here, and this exponential growth will start to happen. And I'm telling you, now that we got the new website up, we got it in global 52 cloud-based locations. This is going to go around the world for you, and this thing is happening so fast. I've never seen anything happen like this, because it's the first time since Herbalife that we've been able to do everything that we know needs to happen, okay? And we know what happened when we put that in Herbalife in 1980. We know what happened, and everything that we needed at that point, okay? And so anyway, thank you, Simon.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking time to be here. We just appreciate you and Roger and your team so much. Love it.
I appreciate your efforts.
So, guys, okay, we're coming down here. We have had a great club. Lots of fun comments over here. First thing, I want you to go check out the new site. Go see what you're sending people to join the book club. As Simon said, it's free, right? It gives them a chance to get started. It gives them a chance to tap their foot in. It gives them a chance to hang around us. It gives them a chance to go clubbing with us. Talked about the book. You know, I loved what Fiona said. She was getting ready to quit. And she just started believing. She's
in herself.
Like
in herself.
Right? She loves what she's doing. She loves what she's doing now. And that's really the common thing that we hear over and over and over again. So
here's the thing. I want to suggest this to you guys, okay? You're in the book club, but you wouldn't be on this thing right now, okay? And go get the book. Go get the book. Come on. You know, you get it at Amazon. You can get it anywhere around the world, no matter what country. Go select your country, and it'll get shipped for you very, very quickly. Get the download of the original Millionaire Training Team. Listen to that, okay? But here's the deal. Get into the academy, okay? Get in the academy right now. It's price point, so it's almost ridiculous not to join the academy. But you can study that stuff, and by Monday, through now and the weekend, by Monday, you can be up to speed where every one of these folks are and start utilizing us as the online upline using this self-taught program supported by Friday Book Club, supported by the deep dives. Wait until this next deep dive, the second week of February. It's going to be, it's live, it's interactive. It's questions and answers from everybody from every different country, every different product line, every different compensation, and how to make it go faster into multiplication.
So, guys, here's the Academy website. You got the book club, you got the Academy. I hope that you guys had some great value today, got some nuggets from the book club, from these stories that we had to share with you. Set your weekend up for success. And so that's it for us. We're going to be saying bye now. So my name is Taylor Thompson.
I'm Larry Thompson, I'm the little L, the big T.
And we're here to help you grow you.
To grow your team.
So you can grow your check.
So you can grow your company.
So that's it for us, guys.
Lead your company into the future. Let's go.
Bye. Bye-bye.